Diffident is your word. What's it mean?
Lacking confidence.
Lacking confidence. You can say that about someone. As I know some of you will.
Could you say like her movements were diffident?
Her game was diffident. She lacked confidence while she was playing. Her dancing was diffident.
Maria's movements were diffident at the audition.
Is that where you guys are gonna be tomorrow audition?
Uh-huh.
Where at?
Columbus.
Wait, what one? PNB, the one that we have no hope to get into because they're rejecting everyone.
They're not rejecting everyone.
They only accepted Wolfie.
Yeah, but always kind of like. But on the bright side, like
At
Lauren,
least it's-
Olivia and I got waitlisted. Like we weren't like completely like sorry, cannot accept you.
Yeah.
Chances are slim.
Well, I'm hoping like since I'm in the younger
Don't be
audition,
negative.
so I'm hoping that'll give us
I'm
like
really happy.
and this the Columbus, not Chicago.
Yeah.
And it's also not
And
Peterborough.
it's-
It's going to be Abby.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
love
hoping
her.
like feel
She's-
all the way recuperated
She's
tomorrow,
so sweet.
and it'll be good.
Like she makes you feel so comfortable.
Okay.
She's so sweet.
Like
that's
I'm
good.
not really like when I know some people will get really nervous.
I
Even
got so
just-
nervous.
No, like
But
when
I
we have like
feel
guest teachers here, like I just feel like I do better than I'm not nervous. So I'm hoping that's how it'll be at the audition, but I've never had an audition before.
I feel like Chloe's gonna get like a full.
Oh, I'm gonna be so mad.
Now, is this for RDA?
No, we're
it's
already
summer
in like RDA. and
Summer
everything.
intensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, who's all going with you guys tomorrow?
Just us and
Chloe.
Chloe's
Well,
gonna be
Morgan's
there,
going,
and
but not
Morgan's
with
gonna
us.
be there,
Which
yeah.
Chloe?
So
My sister.
Okay.
And she got into SAB.
and she's
And
going.
all the SAB students auditioned for PNB, and that's why the people
And they
aren't
all
getting
get
into
it.
PNB because they accepted all the SAB students.
Yeah.
And since she got into SAB, they'll probably accept
Accept
her, and they won't accept me and Marie. I didn't audition for SAB.
You guys need not to be so negative.
Well,
I'm
it's
sick, I
sad
can't help
because
it.
our
I'm
little
pessimistic
sister-
about
And
everything
how,
right now.
and Paige, how does that
Wait,
affect
very
your
sad.
relationship with your
No,
sister?
I won't let her.
I'm happy
I
for her
would
that
be,
she got
because I
it,
know
but
she
it's
would.
frustrating because
And it
like
upsets
previously
me.
Kevin, one of the Mr. Grant,
Yeah,
would
no.
compare
You wouldn't let
Chloe
her
and I
go?
in classes, and that was really frustrating.
Oh,
okay.
no,
He
I was
compared
like,
you?
Yeah, and
But
like
my sister.
extension is like one of the things
Well,
that
I
I'm
don't
good
want
at.
her
It's
to
one of
go
the
to
few
any
things that I feel like I'm
auditions
really
because
good
she's
at.
gonna get in
And
there
I
on
enjoyed my hips because of it because he like
Don't
they
you
used to
think
be higher,
that's
so I
kind of
pushed it just a little bit
self-esteem?
further just to make it that much higher
I
than hers,
know.
and it really hurt my hips.
Yeah.
And so it's frustrating, like with especially the teachers and not as much with students are
she
just
knows.
always like, oh, Chloe's so good, like that's all you hear.
That's how I
And so my parents were like, oh yeah, and like they weren't even sure they were gonna send me to PNB even though it's like a lot less money than SAB is. And they're like, oh yeah, you can definitely go. And so like they just now decided if you like since we're letting Chloe, I guess we'll have to like. It's just frustrating because like you're the oldest, so you feel like you should be like that little bit further. But
Right.
since I know she started younger here, like by the time we graduate, like she'll be at a high level when she graduates than I am when I graduate, just because she started here younger.
Right.
So it's just
Or
frustrating
she'll, like-
to know
or
that.
she'll
Like
just
no matter how
say
much I
things
try.
Or she'll be like an apprentice when she's 18 or 17.
We go through that at home with golf because Molly started even younger than Zoe did. So she can, and she can really knock the ball out there. And Zoe can knock it about 250 yards, but they're just built totally differently and, and they, I understand exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean,
It's really
And then Jack, I think, was just born with a golf club in his hand. So, yeah. Because, the first child, unfortunately, is like an experiment.
Yeah, I'm the guinea pig for everything.
Seriously. Seriously, they are.
Everything.
And then by the time you have more, you're like, oh, remember when we did this with so-and-so, right? It's just, I know, I was an oldest too. I get that.
It's like both my parents were just like they don't have sympathy about it.
Yeah, that's how my parents are. They're like, oh, well, Grace can go audition next year, and she'll audition everywhere. Where I was only allowed to do one audition my first year, and I didn't get in. And then the next year, I did the same audition and didn't get it. And then the next year, I was injured. So this is the first year I'm actually like auditioning a lot of places. And Grace is going to do that next year. And she's
How
got a
old
good
is she?
chance. She's
11?
11.
So she'll be 12.
She'll be 12 next year. And so it's like, it's not fair because my mom, like, yeah.
Does it cost money to audition?
Yeah.
Okay, let me
The
give you.
audition itself isn't that much money.
It's only like $30.
Okay, well, let me tell you something from a parent's perspective. Usually by the time the second, third, and more kids come along, the parents are more established financially, so they have more money to be able to allow more kids to do things. I know that happens in our family, you know. It's the ear piercing was a big thing, and Zoe's like, I couldn't get my ears pierced till I was 10, so Molly has to wait. I couldn't get a phone till I was this old,
Yeah,
so Molly has to wait.
exactly.
And so,
2 years
What we're
earlier than I
doing-
did it. Oh, you
Oh,
lost your
not
phone
my
twice.
house.
You can have an iPhone. What?
Well,
She
my
said she
sister
didn't-
got her ears pierced on my birthday,
Oh.
which was not a nice thing to do. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting my ears pierced, and I was like 10, and she was mad. So
But like I still want to be happy for her because it's exciting and I know she's excited about it. So I don't want her to feel like I'm not mad at her.
yeah,
conflicting.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And I don't want her to feel like I'm not happy for her because I don't want to steal her joy about it.
right.
So I don't know. I'm learning to be patient.
Yeah, that's hard. I'm learning that still. You know, I'm 45, so good
Yeah.
luck. No, but this really does relate to Rocket Boys because of the brother
Yeah.
relationship. They struggle with that as well. And I think if Jack had been a girl, like you have 3 girls in your family, you have 4 girls in your family. So, if Jack had been a girl, there'd be even more competition, but I think the fact that, you know, he's a boy is,
Relief a little bit.
Yeah,
probably for
yeah.
you.
and, so, I mean, we had to have a family meeting last week, Zoe called it, because, Molly's chores weren't getting done, and she was tired of doing everything, and she started off the meeting by saying, I do everything around here, and I'm like, excuse me? I have to do a few things too, and so we had a motivational talk about not forgetting our chores and who's doing what, it's not fair, and what does Jack do, and I'm like, he's 7, what is it you want him to do, mow the yard, and so, I think I told y'all this, but, I get that, the oldest feels gypped, the youngest feels spoiled, the middle one feels gypped too, I think sometimes. It's hard as a parent to try and make everyone happy all the time, which is my goal. And my husband's like, it's not possible. You just have to do the best you can, and if someone gets upset, but you don't want your kids upset. You know, you don't want their feelings hurt. And it's very hard. You'll see when you're a kid. And you may say to yourself, I am not gonna treat my kid like this when I have them. I
All the
know.
time.
I know you've probably said it, all of you, but when you have them, you get it, you know.
That's what there was. You don't understand when you're a parent.
I know.
Mine's like I'm gonna drive my kids wherever they want when they want it. Like
Uh-huh.
oh,
Right.
my mom can wait till I have my license. Like we had this talk this morning. I'm like, so on Saturday, like it's like 11:30. She's like, I'll pick you up at 10 when my thing's done. I'm like, but that's an hour and a half earlier than everyone else. But you know, since Chloe's things gets done, then that's when I get picked up.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Thanks.
And see, Zoe doesn't have her license yet, she has her permit. So it's gonna be great, because what am I gonna do? Have her run her brother and sister around somewhere probably.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of another person in the house having their license, right? But, you know, she's a junior and still doesn't have it. A lot of kids at Southside and Northside don't get their license right away because it's a walking school. So they don't feel the need. And she does not feel the need. And now the laws have really changed. You have to have 50 hours of driving, which,
Like I'm starting my driver's ed now. Like I'm already in
Yeah.
driver's ed and everything. My mom can't wait till I have my license.
yeah, yeah.
I can't wait.
I know.
have my
I can't either.
I'm tired of being like, Mom, can you drive me there? And she's like, no, I have something else to do, so I have to stay at home. And
Yeah.
If I have, you know, like my own car and I can leave whenever I want, that way whenever we get in a fight, I just drive away. 'Cause my mom does that sometimes. She gets so upset that she was just like, I have to leave. I was like, okay, so she just leaves for like an hour and I don't know where she is.
Aw.
It's weird.
Talking about
But I mean, it's not,
Yeah, I
it
know what
doesn't
you mean.
happen often, but you know.
Yeah, I do. Well, Zoe has a car. When her grandma died, Zoe inherited the car.
Well, that's nice.
And
I'm saving up for my own car.
it's a 92 Nissan Sentra, so it's older, and it only has 40,000 miles on it,
Wow.
because her grandma never drove it. So it's a perfect little car for her, it's sitting in the driveway, and, so that's covered, thank goodness, she just needs to drive it, but
I think
Yeah.
you're getting the dad's car.
being the oldest is tough, because you're like the third oldest in the family, right? Your mom, dad, and then you, and you're kind of, a substitute mom for the younger ones.
Yeah.
They look up to you for answers. You're in charge when the parents go away, like for a couple hours. It's tough. I remember being 8 years old, helping take care of my little sister, like changing diapers and all that kinds of stuff. And I'm like, I'm 8. I want to listen to my Elton John 45 on my little record player, which is what I did over and over and over. Don't let the sun go down on me. You know that Elton John song?
No.
I played it over and over my little 45s, my little record player. It was a little suitcase. I would carry it around in the house, plug it in,
That's
listen to
cute.
music.
That's adorable.
Anyway,
But now I know like how my sister feels, cause like coming here, as like we say, like we're all a family, and sometimes like I don't know, I just feel like the younger kids like they try and like be like older, and it just
Yep.
like gets in the way, and you know.
Yeah, 'cause
You
like
guys
my
need to
sister
stay
Jada's
young,
like
but
that.
That's
no,
how
that's
my
your
sister.
choice.
Like
Grace,
Chloe's
she-
independent, but Jada always wants to be just like him. It's like, well, that's so cute. She follows you everywhere. I'm
I
like,
know.
I
That's the
know.
same thing. my sister, Grace is the third girl, just like Jada, and she does the same thing. She follows me. She wants to wear my clothes. She wants to do my hair.
Like,
the
too
way-
big for you.
She wants to
That's
look
cute, though.
like me.
It's cute from other people's
like,
perspective.
she views herself as like the same age as me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had an audition for like Columbine understudy, and I ended up getting it, and she was upset because I got it and she didn't. And it's like, Grace,
Aw.
you're in 5th grade.
yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, you have like so much
And she's like,
time.
she's pushing herself because she thinks she should be where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
even though she's 10 or
Mhm.
11. And it's like,
It's so funny they're all
Calm
turning
down.
11, and Molly's still 10, but she's the tallest.
She's
Oh,
so much older than
She seems
everyone.
like she's
And she's so
13.
mature though. Like
Yeah.
when you
You,
talk
like,
to her, I forget how
forget.
old she
I
is.
know.
Like I think she's my age.
I
Yeah.
know.
I do the same thing when I talk to her. And
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
you're right, you're right.
You
And
tell them
sometimes
what
I
you want
forget, you know, she's a little girl, but
Yeah.
she's almost as tall as me, so it's hard for me to remember that.
I just can't believe she's only 10.
She'll be 11 next month, the day after Valentine's Day, so.
Oh.
Because Sydney Revenant turns 11 tomorrow,
Mhm.
and I'm like, you're gonna be 11.
She's like a little
Molly's gonna
petite
be.
thing. So cute. It's funny.
So, I understand. I do. And I felt like there were different rules that applied to me than than my sister, you know. And, like if I ever broke any of the rules, not only did I get in trouble for breaking the rule, but I got in trouble for setting a bad example,
Oh, yes.
you know. So I was like doubly in trouble, but I never really got in trouble for anything, so, but still.
I'm the third youngest out of 4, and I still get chipped.
Do ya?
Oh yeah. I think it's just because more my mom likes to satisfy Gabe,
Mm.
and he's like,
Because
and,
he's the
and then
baby.
Because he's the
well,
baby.
but then
He
she
is
likes
the
to
baby.
satisfy
And-
Vaughn, who's the oldest. So like me and Hannah are like in the middle, and she's like,
Is he the only boy, Gabe?
No,
Oh,
there's
okay.
my older
Okay.
brother.
Okay.
I think it's more like she loves her boys, and then I think she feels like the girls need to clean the house and cook. And so I'm just like, no. And she got so upset because she asked me to make Vaughn an egg, and I was like, he can make it himself. And she's like, and like stopped laughing. I was like,
How old is he?
like
Like
22.
He can't make his own egg?
And I was like, I was trying to reason logically, like, okay, maybe I.
Reasoning doesn't get anywhere.
I was
I
like,
can get my
maybe
poster
I'm
board out.
being
It doesn't work.
And I was like, maybe I should have made him an egg, but I was like, no.
What?
He should make
No,
his own
no,
food.
you stand your ground.
Yeah.
You don't need to make him an egg. No.
Ugh.
My-
Jack gets his own I hear him in there.
I feel like the
in
only
the
like
cabinet.
when I was there, I got my own bowl out of the cabinet.
I
Mom's
know.
like, she can't reach it. Like I got a chair because I wanted to do it
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, like we wanted to do those things.
My mom just still packs my lunch.
My brother is like he's good, but he struggles like with depression already. Like last night,
does
last night he was saying he wanted to kill himself.
What?
Like he's 7 years old and he's thinking suicidal thoughts.
He
It's
didn't
like,
mean it. He didn't mean that.
I know, but it's like he's
Yeah.
not. So I don't know. We still kind of baby him because we're not sure what's wrong, like what's going on in his head.
You can't tell because you're so little.
Like I talked
Just
him
put
out.
ballet
I talked him out of it. Yeah, now he wants to do ballet again. But
Must be
apparently
Russian
he was bullied all summer by the kid we were babysitting and we didn't know it.
Oh,
Like, and he has these mean things ingrained in his head, and he tells them to himself. So it was like, it was like this huge breakthrough. Because we just thought he was, hitting that aggressive stage, and he was just reacting badly to everything going on in his body. But we found out, hey, this kid was bullying me.
did he tell you?
I'm the only one who won't talk to him.
Yeah.
He won't talk to the counselor. He won't talk to my mom, but he'll talk to me, which is good.
That's a
So
cute
we
little
still
bond
like
you
we
have.
I still baby him somewhat because we don't want to push him. And
I
make
know. I
things
still
worse.
baby Jack sometimes too.
But yeah, it's hard.
It
Well,
is
because
hard.
it's the last one.
I
It's like you
know.
just want to hang on to it.
Yeah. He's definitely the last one.
That's
Yeah. And it's hard for me, And he's the only boy, and he's the only breed.
That's how.
But
There
That's
are
how
no
Frankie
others.
is.
But
Yeah.
sometimes it gets annoying because my mom's like, I was like, can I go with mom and my friend? She's like, no, you can't go unless I come. I was like, what? Mom!
Yeah.
Like,
That's what my
my
mom
mom used
I
to
But she
like,
hates them all. So I don't
whenever
get
my
them.
sister would go like with her friend, just her friends, like to, it was like at night, so it was like an outdoor mall in California.
Oh, yeah.
But she was like my age, but my mom and my dad and I all had to go into the same mall and like sit in the food court and just like wait for her to text us where she was and what she was doing. And I was like, you guys are being way over too protective. I was just, I'm like, you
Yeah, like Megan was allowed to watch PG-13 way before I was.
See, it's
My
my
mom
dad
was
used
like,
to care. My mom's the one that's
Yeah,
always
that's
about
what
it.
She's like,
I watched
she's
it
like
like
that.
It's the opposite for me. I have to wait
Yeah.
so long for everything. Like, okay, this is a really stupid example, but my mom wouldn't let me shave my legs until I was almost 13, and they were like disgusting, and everyone would poke
I'm sure
fun at me.
Lauren's gonna love watching this video.
Oh my gosh! And then,
Oh, this will be a good one.
and then, like, she finally let me, and I was really happy. And then my sister, she is 11 and in 5th grade. This isn't Grace. This is last year. And it's like, oh yeah, here, whenever you're ready, go ahead. So it's like, I had to go through all the torture of having nasty legs and not wanting to wear shorts all those years, and now you're just letting them do it younger and younger. Yep, that bugged me.
I
And
saw
then everything's
Scream
like
when
that.
I was like 9 or 10.
Scream?
Yes.
I'm not allowed to watch it
I couldn't
anymore.
believe.
Watch
I still
that.
can't. I remember specifically. Like this is so weird, but we like sat down and it's like, isn't it like PG-13?
It's a very scary movie.
It's
I can't
very-
even look at his
so
face.
scary. His
The
face is
scream
like,
mask.
How old were you?
I was like 9 or 10.
Can you see
I
it
was
in your head?
I couldn't
Still
believe
can't
that my
do
my
I'm
like
still not
parents
allowed
let
to
me
watch
do that,
porn.
and then they didn't like
I'm barely
after
allowed to watch PG-13.
like turn it off because I was getting really scared.
Yeah.
And then after that, like they didn't let me watch
My
like
dad would
Mean
let me
Girls
watch
or like any
anything.
of those kinds of movies.
That's totally different.
Yeah.
Just close your
But
eyes.
that,
you're
like,
in this one part.
that
Mean-
movie,
Mean Girls has
that movie
adolescent.
like
That was in
scarred
there.
me for life.
Like
Yeah.
I watched
It's-
parts of
I
it
had
where
to
and put them
watch
on
it.
episode. And she's like, "What are you
I feel the
doing?"
same way
My
about
mom,
Animal
my mom
Horror.
was being over
It
for a
scarred
while. My
me
dad
for
that was
life.
like your dad, and then like we
Anyway,
watched another movie, he walked the scene.
Sorry, Lauren Goodman, we got sidetracked by talking about
Life lessons.
I'm
siblings.
sure she'd have many
Olivia-
to share.
Olivia
Sibling
said they got
relationships.
Bridesmaids at like Redbox or something. She said she started watching with her parents. I was like,
Who
oh my
did?
God, Olivia. I was so surprised. I was
I
like,
can't see
that
them. I
movie
can't
is,
see
like,
that
rated
being a
R.
family
I can't
movie at their house.
Yeah, me neither.
And she said that they turned it
She
off.
said
Yeah.
they turned it off.
Or she walked out.
Or yeah,
The first
something
time.
like that.
Yeah.
Because her mom was like asleep or something on the couch.
That's
Yeah,
how my
her
mom
dad
was.
was up.
Yeah,
It was like
so
her and her dad.
it was like
That's
that's like it's an awkward movie to watch with your
I've never
parents.
seen it.
Yeah,
You don't want
it's,
to see it.
I've
It's
only seen the
stupid.
ending, and
Kristen Wiig,
it's pretty graphic. It's pretty raw.
I really don't like her. She's
Who?
annoying.
Oh, yeah.
She bugs the crap.
I just saw Pitch Perfect over the weekend.
I keep
I
hearing about that. I
haven't
haven't
seen
seen
it.
it.
Because, well, Sydney Revenaugh said she had seen it 3 times and that they own it.
Oh wow, she's 10.
And so I watched it and I was like,
That is not an appropriate.
I know
movie for
she
her.
she came over to the house and we were like deciding on a movie and I was like, what do you want to watch? Like, are you allowed to watch? Like, because Grace can't watch anything. I'm the only one who can watch PG-13. I'm not allowed to watch R. And I was like, oh, like what movies do you watch? She's like, I can watch anything, like anything. Like what?
so we watched it and it's kind of like Glee intensified.
Oh wow.
Have you seen it? Has anyone seen Pitch Perfect? It's it has funny moments. My husband watched it
I
with
liked
his.
it.
It was just it was just me and Zoe and Drew, so I was okay with Zoe watching it. But and the main character Anna Kendrick is good in that role. But there are some things said in it that Molly wasn't interested. She was on a Harry Potter mission to finish all those books, so
Aw.
she just reads constantly up in her room, and she'll come down for sustenance and food and nutrition, but she will head right back up. So she wasn't really interested in it, but I wanted to see it because the kids were talking about it, and I'd seen previews of it.
It's a good movie. I liked it.
It was you saw it?
Mhm.
Pitch Perfect, yeah. I like Glee, but it was I don't know that I want my 5th grader watching it.
Yeah, that's not.
Okay, Rocket Boys. I want to discuss chapter 20, and then, in case we run out of time, I'm gonna assign the rest of the book. There's only like what 4 chapters left
Mm-hmm.
by Monday. Is that gonna be possible?
Sure.
Lauren's like, no.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 26.
Yeah.
6 chapters.
Tomorrow's your vocab quiz, don't forget. And so what happened in chapter 20? Someone want to give us the synopsis? It's called Odell's Treasure. You remember it, Lauren?
Well, I just had one part that I thought was really cool when he like went to the doctor and he asked him if he wanted to like numb his like arm before they stitched it. And he's like, you know, your dad like didn't get any numbing when we did his face, and he's like, oh, then I don't need it either. Like I don't know, I just
Oh,
thought
yeah.
that was like he
Yeah.
wanted to be like his dad.
I would.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be where I draw the line. I would need numbing medicine. Yeah. Okay. Anything else in chapter 20?
I can't remember what was in 20, what was in 21.
They got 10 pounds of zinc dust.
Okay. Lauren?
They ended up like losing money, like they're planning to get money because then they had like pay all the people for like the tools that they broke and like for the stitches, and so they ended up losing.
So they're washing Jake's car for like the rest of their lives, and he's taking care of it.
Right. Okay. It was kind of a short chapter, but their goal was to get as much iron as they could so they could cash in and get money and put it back into their project. And so it took them a while to even get down into the earth to get close to the iron and break it, and then he got hurt and they had to take care of that. So, I mean, if you cut your wrist, that's definitely a main vein, you know, that you.
Yeah.
I was really kind of getting questionable reading it out loud yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm glad
It
it.
makes your wrists hurt.
What?
Like when reading something like that, it makes my wrists hurt. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
like I
this
have
is
to like hold it,
hard.
like reassure myself there's nothing there, like it's
Yeah.
still okay.
Yeah.
It makes me want to pass out. Yeah.
Yeah, I just was like, oh.
Like the severed artery part, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. I did. We didn't need to know that.
That was like,
No,
I can
yeah.
handle. I can handle like
WTMI.
my own blood, but anybody else,
Way
I'm
too
like,
much.
Me too. Like I'll like dig things out for like rip my toenails out, like great. But if it's somebody else,
and I have to do it to them.
Mhm.
Like
I'm like,
taking out
I
somebody
really
else's
can't handle
blood.
either.
Or their
I'm not
tooth.
sure how I had children, but an ordeal. Okay. 21. I'm gonna let you start reading just silently and, oh, actually there are 26 chapters. My bad. Ooh, actually, yeah, 26 chapters and an epilogue. Just have that read by Monday and we'll watch the movie next week. And have our movie treats.
Yay. So excited.
Oh, Mrs. Breen?
Yeah.
I have this really annoying but really helpful disc of like geography songs.
Oh, yeah?
And it's like the only way I can remember it. So if you were interested, I could bring it in
Sure.
and we could use it as like a study
Yes.
thing.
Tomorrow,
I
I'm
won't
gonna
be
hand
here
out
tomorrow.
blank maps. We're gonna see what everybody knows. And,
And we won't be here tomorrow.
oh, that's right. I'm gonna keep, would you like a blank map or will you even have time to do anything?
We can do it. We have a drive. and
We
can
have
work
like
on it
4
while
hour
there.
drive.
Okay.
So
I'll lay them right here and you can
There,
grab them
back.
on your way out.
okay, so like 8 hours in the car.
But I was thinking like every other day or every 3 days, I'll hand out a new one. And each time, hopefully, you'll know more. I'm making the history classes learn where the states are.
Oh yeah.
It's turning out to be a really worthwhile activity.
Does it really take 4 hours to get to Columbus?
I don't know, that's what my
Yeah.
iPod said.
Yeah.
Cause some
It's
people are
really-
saying 2 hours.
Ohio,
It just
as you
adds
can
up.
see,
Ohio.
Ohio is a
So it
wide, it's Ohio's
is on
big.
this
I think it's
side.
about 3 hours to
It's
get,
on this
it's about 3 hours to get to Cleveland, which is around the.
And then it takes 4 hours to get to Cincinnati, which is about the same amount of
Yeah.
distance, but in a different direction.
Yeah. Ohio's big.
And I go to Cincinnati all the time, and the traffic can be terrible.
I had a student who went to Ohio University
I mean, it takes about
in
3 hours to
Athens,
get to
Ohio.
Chicago, too,
It was like
which
8
is the
hours
same
from here.
That's true, but
I was
mean,
like, 8 hours, and you're
Like
still in
one time-
Ohio, you know,
one
you
time
think,
it took
you've driven a
us
long time,
6
am I still in the
it
same
took us
state?
6 hours to get
But
there.
it's a wide state.
is Columbus like over on like the
Yeah.
the right side? Yeah. Oh,
And so, I mean, I know some people can do it in a really quick amount of time, but it's also supposed to snow really bad tomorrow, like during the morning.
Yeah, we
And
are
it's
supposed to get like
get
1 to
bad.
2
Let's
inches
hope we
really
get it.
fast.
Yeah. And so we're
Well, so
gonna be
look for a
driving
delay.
during that, so we're gonna need the extra
It's
time.
possible.
It'd be a nice surprise.
It would be.
We're gonna sing for me tomorrow night. I will go home and practice the piano, and it will be
I won't
perfect.
be
And
there
I will
till
have
10.
sheet music with words, and you
I
will
won't be
sing.
there till 10.
I don't care.
need to
You
sing.
can practice while you're babysitting.
And have a good weekend. Oh,
I know, I keep thinking it's Friday.
I thought it was Friday.
Well, it's Friday.
Marie and Paige, have a good weekend. Maybe that's a sign that I said that. Marie, you want a nap?
Oh,
So you guys are gonna have a snow day tomorrow.
Sorry.
While you're gone?
Definitely.
Feel better. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Do you understand math?
Oh, no.
I like wanna ask Mrs. Smith because she's really good away there.
I have no idea.
I got it. I got it.
I got it. No, I don't.
Wait,
Who has it?
it's not coming up to what he said it would. I don't think they're gonna.
All right, thanks for trying.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Grace. What is the case that?
You can't notice that, Grace.
It was right here.
Oh, I just had it on my shirt. I had it like stuffed like between my shirt and my boots.
Can you cut this big?
I had it for like half the class. or no, not half of it, but like when we ended. I had it, like almost that whole time. I was just like,
Oh, it's still recording. Wolfie, say hi.